NFL Primetime, this just in, Brett Favre can still do it when it matters most. The Lions prove they are NFL worthy. The streak is over, and on Monday night, the Cowboys look to finally get their stadium off on the right foot against the Panthers. Primetime has it all. Hi, everybody, and welcome into Week 3 NFL Primetime. So glad you are spending time with us. Trey Wingo, Trent Dilfer, Merrill Hodge. Guys, we had a little bit of everything on Sunday. We had another classic Favre. We had a classic meltdown offensively by the Tampa Bay Bucks. We had another unbelievable show by Peyton Manning. We'll get to all of that, plus the big statement made by the Bengals. But, of course, we're leading you up to Week 3, Monday Night Football. The Carolina Panthers in town to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Carolina trying to avoid losing 3 straight games to start the season. The Cowboys trying to avoid losing 2 straight games in their brand-new billion-dollar stadium. Time for the team reports on the Monday night game, and we send it out to Michelle Tafoya.
Trey, well, Tony Romo has been hearing criticism from every direction since his 3 interceptions in last week's loss to the Giants. He told us it's time for me to go back to square one and recommit. Well, offensive coordinator Jason Garrett said it's easy to recommit during the week in practice. It's a whole other thing to do it in a game, trailing 6 with 7 minutes to go. In fact, he used a golf analogy saying it's one thing for Tiger Woods to practice. It's another to perform on holes 15, 16, and 17 of a major. We'll see how he performs tonight. Now for a report on the Panthers, here's Susie Collier.
Michelle, last week, Giants wide receiver Steve Smith torched the Cowboys. 10 catches, 134 yards, a 22-yard touchdown catch. Well, last night, the Panthers' Steve Smith told us he doesn't even look at that film because teams will use different coverage on him, so it really defeats the purpose. What he does look at is body language. He told us all the tendencies of the cornerbacks last night. He looks for how they get out of breaks, and he relates it to marriage. He said, I've been married for 10 years, and my wife might tell me she's all right, but if she walks away with her head tilted to the left, I know I've messed up. And guys, you can probably relate to that, right?
Susie, that is correct. And let me just say, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Wherever Michelle Tafoya is, that's where the party is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to the party they expect to have tonight in Dallas. Now, Trent, you look at this Cowboys offense. They were very proficient and productive against the Tampa Bay Bucks, but they really struggled, especially in the passing game, Week 2 in that loss to the Giants. But even studying that loss, you found a personnel formation that you think can really work for them in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the perception is that you have to have this #1 dynamic receiver to be explosive on offense. And the Cowboys have chosen to look at what they do have, not what they don't have. And what they do have is 2 versatile, dynamic tight ends, and they are making the most of it. They just run a basic belly play here, but look at Marcellus Bennett on the backside, dominating the defensive end, creating the cutback lane. You get a nice positive run out of it. Now they go to the 2 tight end, 2 back set. Marcellus Bennett dominating block at the point of attack. Martellus, I apologize.
That's all right.
Barber on the outside, absolutely a great play here, and then it creates versatility in their passing game. Bennett on the motion creates a matchup inside for Jason Witten. He has inside leverage coming up on the linebacker. Martellus Bennett clears the outside on the post route, creates steal and play for Jason Witten on the outside. Big gain down in scoring territory. The Dallas Cowboys are doing an excellent job of utilizing this 2 tight end package. They're averaging 10.1 yards per play this season when both tight ends are on the field at the same time. This is an astonishing stat for the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so that should work, and hopefully the Cowboys will incorporate that into their game plan a little bit more. But, Merrill, as you look at this Carolina Panthers team, they love to run the football. And when you watch that Dallas defense, you really saw 2 different defenses. Week 1, absolutely gashed on the ground. And Week 2, they really held their own against Brandon Jacobs and the Giants.
You know, and they have problems everywhere, but I think where their problems really exist really is in their secondary. And it's not just against the passing game. In the running game, they've really got some issues as far as how they're supporting the kind of tacklers that they are. And with the Carolina Panthers, that is the one thing that you had better be able to do. When you have Stewart and Williams coming at you, if you got to be in a support position, you can't let a wide receiver knock you into next week. Now, when that happens, that's about awareness. And then Terrence Newman, once a guy comes to your side, I understand he's 260 pounds, but you can't flip a wing at him and hope you're going to take him down. You got to play behind your pad, bring your arms, and wrap up. Tonight's going to be no different. And I mentioned in the passing game, there are opportunities there. I know there's a Steve Smith for the Carolina Panthers, Steve Smith for the Giants. When they created one-on-one matchups, when the Giants did, they won those matchups. Now, I understand the Carolina Panthers have Steve Smith, and everybody thinks really nobody else. If you can create one-on-one matchups, they're NFL wide receivers, and if they create those, they'll get big plays just like the Giants did, especially if they pound the rock like the Giants and are more consistent. It'll be easier to create those in this game.
You mentioned big plays. That's the one thing that's been lacking from the Cowboys. Through 2 games, 0 sacks and 0 turnovers for a team, by the way, that had the leader in sacks last year in the NFL in DeMarcus Ware. We're just getting warmed up on this edition of NFL Primetime. When we return, we can now say the words lion and win in the same sentence, and it's not a joke. We'll relive the glory in Michigan. And we had confirmation yet again Sunday night. This Manning fella might have a future when it comes to throwing the football. And Brett Favre still has a future. Despite closing in on 40, number 4 can still bring it.
For Miami Dolphins linebacker Joey Porter, the 10th year of his career may have been his best. Porter led the AFC with 17.5 sacks and guided the Dolphin defense to a division title. In addition to his 4th Pro Bowl, Porter also earned 2nd-team All-Pro honors.
From the backside, Joey Porter.
Joey Porter, oh my gosh.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Megatron. Calvin Johnson. How about that?
That guy's a stud.
It's like that Frogger game. He just whoop, 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 found the end zone. Orlovsky takes and throws left side. Once Calvin goes up, pulls it in. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
NFL on ESPN America.
We're live in Europe this weekend for the 2009 CompuWare NHL Premiere.
And shoot one.
With top teams from the NHL in attendance. It's going to be a hockey fest for the Stockholm and Helsinki fans.
What a pass, what a goal! Far side long, one time score!
Hockey is back this weekend with the CompuWare NHL Premiere, only on ESPN America.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. Trey Wingo, Trent Dilfer, and Merle Hodge. And guys, you know, people came up to us
Merle.
so long. I like Merle better. You played in Pittsburgh.
You corrected him, I'm correcting
Ewins.
Yins.
You know, people always said, why do you guys talk about Brett Favre all the time? Can't you talk about something else?
Why?
This is why we talk about Brett Favre and the things he can do. Home opener as the historic music begins as Favre walks down the steps to the stadium. First quarter, no score to Sidney Rice. That's as easy peasy as it comes. Favre's 4th touchdown of the year.
Yep, and they actually push the ball down the field a little bit. This is early in the game. This creates some space in the defense.
Thanks, Adrian.
Vikes up 7-0. Niners hanging in there, though. It's 2017. Favre to Bernard Berry and over the middle, who breaks a tackle and gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. But what really interested those that watched this play was not that, but a block by number Merrill.
Number 4, baby.
Taking
threw the ball and makes the block. What other quarterback in football do that?
Taking out Patrick Willis.
Their best defensive player.
Correct. One of the best in the league. 4th quarter. Niners down 20-17. Down no more. Vernon Davis goes up for the touchdown. And just like that, the Niners are going to ruin this whole Minnesota party that the Vikings had going 24-20. Now, Favre back on the field under 3 minutes to play. He's got plenty of time. Drops back looking for Sidney Rice. And he's going to find Sidney Rice. But wait a minute. Did you see that blue line that signifies the line of scrimmage?
It's hard to see when you're playing sometimes.
That is correct, because it's not there. But look at the Niners staff. He was across the line. Mike, throw the flag. And watch Lefty emphatically throwing it down. He challenges. They review. Well, yeah, maybe. As you can see, it's where the ball is, not where his body is, but clearly on the replay, the ball in front of the line. That's a long completion, nullified, illegal forward pass, loss of down, everything. So it comes down to a 4th and 5, and Brett Favre trying to force it in there. Dre Bly almost has a pick 6. So you think, that's it, that's over. The Niners can run out the clock. But remember, Frank Gore injured his ankle, so they did not have their punishing ground force. Instead, they give it to Glenn Coffey on 3rd and 6, and a cup of coffee gets you 2. They needed 6. So they give that guy one more chance. And here it is. Final drive starting on their own 20-yard line. Brett Favre has time to work the middle of the field. He finds Vicente Shenko in English, 12 yards and a first down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 1. Brett Favre buying time. Merrill, he throws to Percy Harvin, who makes a mistake here.
Yeah, well, you know, Percy Harvin is a rookie, needs to try to get out of bounds to save it down and some time.
But trust to go back to him here.
Absolutely. You can overcome it by getting big first downs, getting up to line of scrimmage, and clocking the ball. Time is more important than downs.
Is important.
Yes, so that's exactly what they do. So they've got 16 seconds left. So 2 plays later, there are 12 seconds left, 3rd and 3. Well, yeah, it's too much. There's not enough time. He's too old. Hey, the Olay, and a strike of almost 50 yards to Greg Lewis, and it's a touchdown. Take a look. You know they were going to look at it as the Vikings celebrate. A perfect throw and an unbelievable job by Lewis in the back of the end zone.
Amazing awareness to understand where you're at, get the left foot down first, drag the right, an equally impressive catch as it was throw.
Lewis was only on the field because Harvin had run about 7 straight go routes. He was gassed, and Brett Favre getting away from Justin Smith. A perfect strike where only Lewis could catch it. The Vikes are 3-0. Brett Favre has done it again.
So I was thinking, yeah, we got one more shot, but probably like everyone else in the building, you know, a little too late. Now, that's not to say you don't go out and sling it. That's what I did. But I just kept telling the guys, you know, let's just catch it, try to dart up, buy enough room to where I could drill one at the end. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty special. Anytime you win a game, period, is pretty special. But if you win one like that, I don't know what to say.
You can say that's what Brett Favre is. Now, he was having a fairly pedestrian day on Sunday until that final drive where he completed 6 of 10 passes for 80 yards. Again, 2 of those were spikes. So he was really, you know, he only missed 2 incompletions on that drive. It was the 40th time in his career he's entered a game-winning drive in the 4th quarter or overtime, the most among active quarterbacks. And as the Niners defense saw, Brett Favre is still pretty active. And, you know, you went through all the drama this offseason, Trent. The wallowing, the deciding, I'm not going, I'm going. It is literally, it was like that commercial. I don't know. I can't decide. But this is why you put up with all of that. Because late in the game, you need him to make that one throw, and he makes it.
Yep. You endure the drama because you know you always have hope. There's always belief in the locker room and the coaching staff, the fan base, that Brett Favre is going to pull out his magic again. And you got to understand, this is the same guy that throws those horrific interceptions that you shake your head and go, how could he throw that? Well, it's the gunslinger mentality that allows him to make these types of plays. It is a true statement in the NFL when you hear somebody say, we got Favred. It's been going on for 17 seasons. It's happened to all of us that have played against him. He does this stuff at the end of game, Merrill, that just blows your mind, and there's no explanation. You have the game won, and he rips it away from you.
That is why he will go down in the history of to be the most magical player in the history of the National Football League. It's because in the most critical moments, in the most critical situations, he comes up with the most magical plays. And I don't care if you like Brett Favre, you don't like Brett Favre, you adhere to that. You like that, you admire that, and you respect that, and you can't teach it. At the end of the day, we may never see anybody again put on a pair of shoulder pads that has that much magic in those critical moments. And witnessing that confirmed it yesterday.
You think that was his best ever?
I think it was the most magical moment he has had, absolutely.
Now that's saying something.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, we expect more of that magic next week when the Vikings are at home and they host the Green Bay Packers.
No pressure.
Right here on ESPN's Monday Night Football. But now on ESPN.com, Kevin Seifert writes, with a classic game-winning drive Sunday, the Vikes have already cashed in on their $12 million investment into Brett Favre, and we just into week 3. So much more coming on NFL Live. Kurt Warner, Peyton Manning. For one night, big advantage, Peyton Manning. Plus, again, Lions win. The streak is over. Now they try and start another streak. This one in the right direction.
Hi, I'm Jay Mariotti from Around the Horn, and you are watching ESPN America.
Welcome to the beautiful city of Minsk. Not only is it the capital of the Republic of Belarus, but also the sport of motorball. At first glance, it appears to resemble some type of post-apocalyptic version of football, but the finesse of riders and the sheer power of the bikes makes this sport unique. The intensity is unlike any other sport, as both teams battle incessantly in order to gain the possession of the ball by either outmaneuvering or outmuscling an opponent. The ultimate goal is to conquer the other team's net. Obviously, motorball has its certain risk involved, but they can never overshadow these moments of glory. Just like every other sport played, to the winner goes the spoils. Stay tuned for more amazing games right here on ESPN.
ESPN America is back on the ice. We've got the very first regular season game as two of the oldest NHL teams take to the ice in Toronto. It's Canadiens Leafs.
Go right into the slot, scores!
Then in Colorado, Joe Sakic retires his jersey as the Sharks take on the Avalanche. An NHL doubleheader Thursday on ESPN America.
Welcome back to Primetime. I'm Michelle Tafoya in Arlington with this team report. Cowboys running back Marion Barber is doubtful tonight because of a left quadriceps strain, so look for Felix Jones to pick up a lot of the work. Now, he shared time in college at Arkansas. He's been sharing time with Barber here in Dallas. He may finally get to be the featured back tonight, and he told us, "I've been waiting for this opportunity since I was in college." Keep in mind that Jones and Darren McFadden originated the Wildcat offense at Arkansas. Here in Dallas, they call it the Razorback offense as a nod to team owner Jerry Jones. And Felix Jones said they might see a little bit more of that offense in tonight's Monday night game. Your team reports will continue all the way up until kickoff at 8:30 Eastern here on ESPN. Now back to Primetime.
NFL Primetime rolls on. The Washington Redskins in Detroit. The Lions brought in 19 straight losses, one more, and they would have the Tampa Bay Bucks and them as the only two teams ever with 20 straight. Here was the turning point in the game. 4th and goal for the Redskins, denied. The Lions make a stand. Trent, we talked so much about a mojo turning moment. That was it. And then on the offensive series for the Lions, they got a little help, a couple of encroachment penalties.
Yeah, poor discipline by the Washington Redskins allows the Lions to get out of the hole.
Yeah, exactly. There's another one by Albert Haynesworth. Now, if he comes across early, I'm sorry. He's not getting away with it. He's hard to miss. Okay, so now they've got a little breathing room, but it's still 3rd and 10. And the rookie, Matthew Stafford, with a laser and a great catch by Dennis Northcutt for a 20-yard gain. All right, so that's a conversion on 3rd and 10. Now it's a 3rd and 13, and Merrill, this time he uses his legs.
He used his legs because he didn't force the ball down the field, realizing that, you know what, I got to take care of the football, get points.
And he does do that on the very next play, keeping the drive alive. Little play action fake, and there's not Calvin Johnson, but Brian Johnson for the touchdown. A fact bar on a 12-play, 99-yard drive. 5 minutes and 50 seconds time of possession. I mentioned Calvin Johnson in the 4th quarter, and you're trying to hold on to that lead. It might be good to throw to him.
I love the fact they don't just get tight and run the ball. They're slinging around the field, going to your big-time receiver. A beautiful throw on the out cut.
A beautiful throw and an unbelievable catch by Megatron. This is what he can do. That's an 18-yard gain. Later in the drive, 3rd and 9. Stafford, again, trying to convert on 3rd down. Works out of the pocket, keeps his arm alive, and throws it up. And, well, they're going to call that Whether you like it or not, they're going to call that penalty on Chris Horton every time running into the receiver. So that sets up a goal line situation. 2 plays later, second and goal. Maurice Morris used to be in Seattle. He's in Detroit, and he's in the end zone. The Lions are up 19-7. But the Redskins got to score. Jim Schwartz and company trying to sweat it out. Here it is, 4th and 10. What did you think of the call here by the Redskins?
Every team practices this. Instead of doing the Hail Mary, you go the old flea flicker. It hardly ever works, but each team
works in practice.
Each team has a different philosophy.
You might want to try that Hail Mary. You may get the pass interference call. Celebrations all the time. For the first time since December 23rd, 2007, the Lions walk off the field winners. The final score, 19-14. That may be the most interesting stat there on the right. With Clinton Portis in your offense, the Redskins were held to 65 rushing yards. Detroit dominated the time of possession. Stafford did not throw an interception, did not make a turnover, and it is happy times in Michigan.
Well, we not only got the monkey off our back, we got King Kong off our back, so now we can go ahead and start winning the way we could have before, but never seemed to get over the hump.
After the game, after we got together, said a few words, and took a knee and said our prayer, players went back on the field and wanted to go celebrate with the fans that stayed. And I thought that sent a strong statement about how much we feel, how kinship we feel with the city of Detroit.
And again, just so people understand, the last time the Lions won a game, steam engines were the mode of transit across this great country, and American men wore straw boaters on Sundays. Just kidding. But the Dow was over 13,000, and since that time, Brett Favre has played 3 times and retired twice. You think we're happy? How about the city of Detroit? This was the reaction just moments after the Lions had won the game. People were proposing to pure strangers. It was bedlam. They were shooting off fireworks. The joy was unbridled. All right, maybe it was not really that, but listen, congratulations, Detroit. You've earned it. You've both played in this league. I watched my son's 8th grade team suffer through 8 straight losses. It took years off my life. You cannot overstate what it means to finally have this off this team.
No, you're a funny man, Trey. Very, very impressive. You know, what I like the most is this was a football team that looked like they expected to win. It was a team that was playing with confidence. They were loose. They almost had a swagger to them. And I'll tell you what, Merrill, you look at this team, a lot of losing teams are always waiting for the next bad thing to happen. It looked like the Detroit Lions were waiting for the next good thing to happen to them.
You know, and I know it's hard for fans to truly understand how hard it is in the NFL to win. Now, I know that, you know, to go 0-19, I've never experienced 0-5, so I have no idea what it's like to walk in that locker room. But at 0-19, but as I watched them win, I couldn't help think, if you were drafted in 08, you have gone into that locker room every single time since you were drafted and never won. It'll be the first time in over a year you will experience what it feels like to win as you walk into that locker room. I am telling you this. I mean, and you see some tears, you see the emotions. I mean, it tells you how much is put in to each and every Sunday. And then when you lose, to have to carry that week after week, it went over a few years, nearly a couple of years. I mean, there's a lot of serious raw emotions that come out when you do win based on what Detroit has gone for.
Listen, it is hard to play in the National Football League, and people put in a lot of effort.
Tough people.
And to show up week after week knowing that you're probably going to lose and you still lay it on the line, congratulations to the Detroit Lions. They earned it. So there's jubilation in Detroit. The exact opposite right now in being the team that lost to the Lions, fail to the Redskins. The headlines in the Washington Post, a complete diametric opposite. Joy in Detroit, tears and agony in D.C. When we continue on this edition of NFL Primetime, hey, the New England Patriots found out it might be a good idea to run the ball. Bill Belichick making those adjustments in a big win over Atlanta. And the love affair in New York continues with Rex and their rookie quarterback. In Titans uniforms, the Jets took out the Titans, who were playing in Oiler uniforms. And suddenly, Cincinnati is no longer an easy mark for the Steelers.
Sunday Night Football on ESPN America.
Cruz is in for the touchdown.
Week 4, and it's a live triple header.
Touchdown.
The Ravens take on the Patriots.
And is caught for the touchdown.
The Cowboys ride into Denver to face the Broncos.
Held on. Touchdown.
Then the Steelers host the Chargers. A live NFL tripleheader, Sunday night on ESPN America.
Steve Smith, what a play. What a catch, and Owens makes a ridiculous catch.
What a remarkable catch by Antonio. How in the world did he catch that with one hand?
The diving catch, unbelievable. Marshall, what a catch. Marshall, Fitzgerald makes a great catch.
Throws it back corner of the end zone. Santonio with a touchdown. Santonio home. I don't know how he did it.
That's how you beat great.
NFL on ESPN America.
China has the Great Wall. Minnesota has the Williams Wall. And running backs would have better luck trying to ram through brick and mortar than Pat and Kevin Williams. Defensive end Ray Edwards provides speedy backside pursuit. And Jared Allen cuts teams off at the pass. He and Kevin Williams combined for 22.5 sacks in 2008. In 2009, collapsing the pocket will be the key to pocketing another division title.
Colts, Cardinals, couple of Super Bowl quarterbacks, Peyton Manning and Kurt Warner.
Both pretty good.
Both pretty good. You expect a lot of points there in the desert, but worked out for one team, not so much the other. Colts down 3-0, first and 10 from the Cardinals 20. Peyton to Reggie Wayne, and there's no defense for a perfect throw and an unbelievable catch.
No, absolutely. Great route combination. The corner gets confused. He's used to looking the slot receiver. Instead, it comes all the way from the inside. Reggie Wayne, they expose a weakness in the defense. The Colts take advantage of it.
All right, so later in the second and 10, Manning underneath to Dallas Clark, who also takes it in for the touchdown. And that's great recognition, Merrill.
Great recognition. I got one-on-one with my tight end. It's hard to cover him with the safety. Take that all day long.
14-3, the Colts go on top. Still in the second. This time, Colts with a first and 10 on their own 47. Pierre Garçon is certainly becoming a huge big play guy for the Indianapolis Colts. 47 yards down the sideline, 21-3. The pump fake helps.
Yeah, you pin the safety, you get the corner to bite. Pierre Garçon got a lot of speed going down the sideline. Peyton trusts him, puts it out there, lets him go make a play for him.
And the separation there when the ball was in the air. Okay, so the Colts converting on their chances, the Cardinals doing the exact opposite. Tim Hightower running in, a touchdown there makes it 10-0, and it's a different game, Merrill.
Most important stat in football is
turnovers. Speaking of that,
give me that, and I'll tell you who's going to win.
Now listen, this is a great job by Melvin Bullitt to keep Preston out of the end zone here.
Every play matters the same because you don't know what's going to happen on the next play.
Speaking of that, next play, Warner hustled out, and there's a tip drill, and it's Antoine Bethea, and just like that, what could have been a 21-17 game is 21-3, and then the Cardinals had opportunities. Fitzgerald had broken free, but Warner overthrows it. Warner can't believe it. Look at the reaction by Peyton Manning, who was brilliant last night. Dodged a bullet there. Colts win it 31-10. AFC North showdown. Steelers in Cincy. 8 straight wins for them in the Queen City. Ben Roethlisberger looking to make it 9 in a row. But talk about missed opportunities with the Cardinals. Same here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Willie Parker stuffed at the line. All right, instead of a touchdown, they'll get a field goal. Second quarter, 3rd and goal. Big Ben buying time, scrambling around. Passes too high, trading 3s for 7s. Another field goal. 3rd quarter, 3rd and 4. Lima Sweet is wide open, Merrill.
Oh, just finish. Stand up, run through the catch.
Oh,
keep
boy.
the ball. No touchdown. It's got to be continuation. You got to keep it all the way through the catch.
So those all could have been 7 points. Instead, they let the Bengals hang around, and then you have one mistake, and there it is, Trent.
Yeah, it looks like the receiver runs the wrong route, much like the Super Bowl play for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now, yeah, Super Bowl 30 you're talking about. Jonathan Joseph takes it back. Bengals down 13-9. They missed the PAT. 27-17. Larry Brown, your MVP. 4th quarter, Bengals down 20-15. 2nd and 7. Carson Palmer to Lavernius Coles. He picks up 17 yards. Gets to the 49. Now they got to convert a 4th down situation with a minute left. The Bengals can't do anything easy this year. Finds Brian Leonard, or finds Coles again there for the 1st down. Now it's another situation where they've got to convert here. And this time, somehow, Leonard gets the 1st down. The Bengals still alive. Great job by him.
Every player must know where that 1st down marker is because you never know who's going to get the ball in passing situation.
That was another 4th down conversion. Kept the drive alive. And then Andre Caldwell for the winning touchdown.
Timing, anticipation. Ball's thrown before the receiver comes out of his route.
23-20, the losing losing streak for Cincinnati at home to the Steelers is over. Listen, what a difference for Carson Palmer from the first half and the second half, but this was a statement win for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, you know, every time we get ready for the draft, and most of the time we'd always talk about skill set. This guy's this, he's that, runs the 40. You know what is not measured enough? Guts and character. The intangibles that players must have. And I think the Bengals the last 2 weeks have shown it more than any team in football, especially after that fluky loss to the Denver Broncos. Easily, the Cincinnati Bengals and Marvin Lewis and that staff could have said, you know what? Just the Cincinnati Bengals, but they have responded. They have now put themselves in a prime position to expect to win from here on out.
Yep, and it all started last year. We would sit there and we would watch the film at the end of last year. This is a team that everybody said had no chance. They're playing for nothing. Yet the Cincinnati Bengals went out week in and week out and played hard. They were physical. Their defense carried them. They couldn't score a point on offense, but they didn't hang their heads, and they built upon that. And Marvin Lewis has changed his own culture there in Cincinnati. Made this a defensive-minded football team, a tough-minded football team, and now you're seeing the fruits of their labor.
Well, they have to be a tough-minded football team. When you look at the way their 3 games have played out, they lose that unbelievable fluky play week 1. They have to hold on and wait for an onside kick that was recovered at Lambeau Field to win that one. And then, of course, the way they came back and won this one against the Pittsburgh Steelers. More for you here on NFL Primetime. The Atlanta Falcons taking on New England and Tom Brady. Keep in mind, Tom Brady, not really the same Tom Brady we've seen over the last couple of years. So, Merrill, they decided to give the ball to Fred Taylor. That was a good idea.
Listen, it's nice when you have a factor back there and you hand off to him and you get a good view. And they pound the rock. Now, the offensive linemen, they like it as well.
8 yards, 19 yards. Now 1st and 10 from the 14. Fred Taylor, more tough yards. He basically carried them on this drive. 2nd and goal. Taylor takes it in for the score. 21 carries, 105 yards. Patriots up 10-3. Now Tom Brady, 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 26. Brady, remember, it was sloppy conditions, sort of falling down, and that was nowhere near Randy Moss, and Brady's a little upset there. Later in that drive, 2nd and 10 on the Falcon 15. Brady looking for Joey Galloway. They're just not in sync, Trent.
No, there's definitely some issues there between Galloway and Brady. They're going to fix it, but you got to catch the ball.
And then on the very next play, Brady with lots of time to Sammy Aiken, a little miscommunication. Now, Brady's now mad. Aiken tries to explain. Brady asks how hard it is to run the route, and then they go to the bench and voice their frustrations to Bill Belichick. Bill's like, all right, we got a plan. We're going to stick with the plan. 3rd quarter now. Patriots up 16-10. Take a look. 4th and inches. They're going for it on their own 24-yard line.
This is a very interesting call. They convert 2 4th downs in this drive. I like the play calling because it worked.
Okay, 4th and 3. Here it is again. You like it because it works. A hookup with Moss for 21. That would lead to a Patriots field goal. Hey, sometimes you need to do something to jumpstart your team. They're up 19-10. 4th quarter, 1st and 10 from their own 28. Brady to Randy Moss. Well, if he's uncovered, he's probably going to make that catch for 16 yards. Now the payoff. 3rd and 6 from the Falcons' 36. Brady with all kinds of time to Chris Baker. 36-yard touchdown, his 200th of his career. The Patriots win it 26-10. They do not lose back-to-back games. Finally, as we go inside the numbers, the Patriots show some balance on offense. They ran the ball 39 times on Sunday compared to a total of 43 times the first 2 weeks of the season. Fred Taylor carried the ball just 17 times in the first 2 games. As we said, 21 carries and ran for 105. And it's now 42 weeks in the regular season and counting that the Patriots have not lost back-to-back games. Titans, Jets, and holy confusion, Batman, the Jets playing in their old New York Titans uniforms against the Titans, who are playing in the Houston Oilers uniforms. Mark Sanchez was playing. So much for a letdown early in this game after the big win over the Pats. Sanchez is going to take it a 3rd and 10, lower his shoulder, and that's a touchdown. But Merrill, ball security, please. Well, it is a touchdown.
Only one guy I knew in this league good enough to do this was Walter Payton. And he actually looked a little bit like Peyton, sticking his nose down there, but be careful.
Yeah, don't be careful. Don't do that. Then a great play fake here to hide the ball to Ben Hartsock. And there it is for the touchdown, the 2-yard score. Good play action. Jets up 14-0. Now this is Trent, ball security. Ball's down a little low.
Yeah, and Mark's going to learn this. He's a little careless with the ball at times in the pocket. This is where training comes in, day out, working on these issues. He will definitely fix this.
All right, Tony Brown fumble recovery led to a Lendell White touchdown. Brian Schottenheimer says, hold it up here. 14-10 Jets at the half, and then the ball slips out of his hands. Fumble, that one would be recovered by the Jets. Wet ball.
Wet ball. There's not a quarterback in this league that likes throwing a wet ball. This happens all the time.
Okay, so the Jets got up to that great start, up 14-0, 17 unanswered by the Titans until that laser to Jericho Cotchery. Jets go up 21-17. Now, Kerry Collins, Trent, you had to feel for him. He made some good throws. His receivers did not help him out in this game.
Yep, you always get blamed more than you should, and that's the case here. Kerry Collins delivered some absolute dimes down the football field. His receivers let him down. It could have changed field position, got him back in this game.
That was Justin Gage, then Nate Washington. That was a tough catch, but a catchable ball. That one's a little throw. And then 3rd and 23, Collins throws it in a great spot for the rookie Kenny Britt, who had some good catches in this game, but he couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, but you know what the Jets are doing? They're putting pressure on Kerry Collins. They're blitzing him. Don't let him set his feet and make those throws.
He missed on his last 13 attempts. Mark Sanchez, first rookie quarterback since 1970 to start 3-0. Okay, Dolphins and Chargers. Miami trying to avoid an 0-3 start. It was a rough day that just got worse for Chad Pennington. First quarter, 3rd and 2. Pennington scrambles down to the 1, but boy, does he pay the price, as you can see. Blood dripping down his nose. Second goal, play fake, but the handoff exchange to Ronnie Brown. Not good, Merrill. And that's ruled a touchback, fumble back out of the end zone.
You know what? Quarterback, running back exchange, the quarterback's responsibility to get that into that pocket.
Running back's responsibility to get it.
Okay, running back and quarterback obviously taking different sides here. And then the really bad news, Pennington went down, did not return in this game. He's got a torn capsule in his shoulder, according to Chris Mortensen. His season likely over. His career could be over. So that means it's up to Chad Henne, and that means Eric Weddle is happy because Eric Weddle squatting on the Devon Best route. That's a pick 6. Chargers go on to win 23-13. Phillip Rivers played very well in this game. When we continue on this edition of NFL Primetime, the Giants were giant. The Bucs were not. Shutout time on the road for the G-Men. And Michael Vick made his NFL return, but the real story was number 4 for Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Bill Plaschke, the oft-muted voice of reason on Around the Horn, and you're watching ESPN America.
Ryan, what do you think is the biggest misconception about hockey in California?
Our fans. I mean, our fans have been great. People don't realize that how much people have jumped on board in California. And, you know, ever since I've been there, our ticket sales and season tickets, everything have been going through the roof.
He's a big body, so when he knocks you down, you go down.
You're a big guy, but you have soft hands, some scoring touch. How would you characterize your style of play?
I try and be a power forward, but obviously at times and stuff I tend to pull back a little bit and make more passes than I do shoot. And I would consider myself more of a playmaker than a shooter.
Who, as a kid, did you grow up sort of watching and saying his style of play is something I'd like to do?
I watched Joe Sakic quite a bit growing up, and I think it was more his leadership and the way players looked at him around the league and stuff. And I think that was more of the style that I wanted.
Well, you're looking at a superstar in the future, Getzlaf.
You look at the numbers, you've won a cup, but when you talk about the great young stars in the game, it's Crosby, Ovechkin, Malkin. Why do you think your name's not as mentioned maybe as often as it should be?
I don't know. I mean, it's all part of the game and the process, I think. And, you know, obviously playing in Canada and stuff and big market teams, it's that's just the way the publicity goes, and that's fine with me. I'm just here to play, and obviously being even considered with those kind of players is great for me as well.
The summer break may be over, but the heat is still on. College football is back with a new season of heart-pounding action. Witness powerhouses like Ohio State, Wisconsin, Penn State, and Michigan State battle for the Big Ten Conference title.
Touchdown, Ohio State!
From the Southland, the SEC heats up with hard-hitting action from LSU, Auburn, and the returning national champions, the Florida Gators. And step onto the gridiron with the Pac-10 Conference and watch USC, Stanford, Arizona State, UCLA, and Washington State battle for top ranks.
Up for grabs, and it's intercepted.
This is American football, played from the heart. Cheer your favorite team on all season long. College football is back on ESPN America.
Welcome back to Primetime. I'm Susie Colbert in Arlington with this team report. It's been 11 years since the team started the season 0-3 and still made the playoffs. Now, if that's not enough pressure for the Panthers, they also have to contend with the biggest, newest stadium in the NFL. It's why John Fox didn't have his team practice in Charlotte last night, but rather they came here for their walkthrough. As Jake Delhomme said, good over all the oohs and the ahs, especially for the young guys, although he was pretty excited about it too. Now, this team can't afford to be thinking about atmosphere. As John Fox said, to win, they'll have to be nearly perfect, but it can be done.
Susie, thank you. The Cowboys' defense has allowed more than 600 passing yards in the first two games, which means it could be a big day for Carolina wideout Steve Smith, who has yet to catch a touchdown pass. On offense, for the Cowboys, we know Marion Barber isn't 100%, so that could mean a lot more snaps for Felix Jones, who's averaging 9 yards a carry, 9 in the first two games.
Fantasy Minute is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Primetime continues. Chiefs at Philadelphia. Michael Vick's return after a 33-month absence. First quarter, no score, and they got him into the game early. Vick with the keeper in the Wildcat formation. Has someone to pitch to, decides to take it himself, picks up 7 yards, but those were his only rushing yards of the day. Later in the drive, 1st and goal, Vick in the shotgun, trying to survey the defense, play fake, and get rid of it. And he does. Finish 0 of 2 passing with 1 rush for 7 yards. Okay, that was nice. The story, Trent, was Kevin Cobb. This guy in his first 2 starts has really lit it up.
He played very nicely, quick, decisive reads, got the ball out of his hands, into his playmakers' hands, and let them work after the catch.
You mean like here with Deshaun Jackson?
Good timing, huh?
Who works at 64 yards. But Deshaun, you're going to hurt yourself one of these days doing that, okay? Don't need that.
Didn't he have a growing injury?
That's correct. Eagles up 21-7. And then Brent Selleck, watch this as he puts on a block, and then Cobb hits him for the first down. Very nice. Selleck actually also got rocked later in this game. Later in the drive, Cobb to Selleck again. Merrill, this is working.
I told you, fantasy guys on Sunday, what did we tell you? Pick up Selleck, put him in your starting lineup, and you'll get points.
Look at the effort there for the first down.
Tough guy.
Then the Eagles up 27-7. We're going to do this Cobb-Selleck thing one more time.
Why not? Why not?
Until you cover it, we're going to keep doing it. You know what? I lied. We're actually going to do it 2 more times.
Okay.
Here's the other one, Trent.
Well, we should, because Brent Selleck played very nicely, and Kevin Cobb got him the ball in space and let him finish.
Cobb, the only quarterback in NFL history with 300-plus yards passing in each of his first 2 starts. The Eagles fly 34-14. Giants were a little beat up going on the road, taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks, and you had Steve Smith coming off that 10-catch, 134-yard performance against Dallas early first quarter. Play fake. Eli, lots of time, steps up, and how does that ball get in there?
I really can't tell you, but it did. Somehow it did.
I mean, that was a perfect throw to Aqib Talib, and it goes right to Steve Smith, who takes it away.
That's why you keep fighting for the football.
That's correct. Early second quarter, Trent, another tight window.
Great timing. Once the ball thrown before Steve Smith comes out of his break, that's why you can beat defenders in the red zone.
7 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. You know, this just in, the Giants do like to run the ball, Merrill, and Brandon Jacobs, if you don't touch him, he's going to score.
Oh, but you got a seal here and a seal there and an at for Jacobs.
And some sort of funky dance routine there. Jacobs, 26 carries, 92 yards, but this was the run, Merrill, Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah, the wiggle, dip. There you go. Right there, baby. You practice that, you work on that, but rarely do you get to use it.
104 yards on 14 carries for Bradshaw, over 220 rushing yards for the Giants. And then the defense, well, listen, there's a reason why Byron Leftwich was yanked in favor of Josh Johnson. This is part of it. Pressured by Matthias Kiwanuka, it picks up. That offense, Trent, for the Bucks, got nothing done. They didn't get a first down until 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, and it's almost too easy to criticize the Bucks offense. Let's just hope this was great Giants defense and the Bucks fixed their issues.
Well, we'll find out, and they're trying to fix their issues. Again, Josh Johnson is the starter. Leftwich is now the 3rd stringer in Tampa. The rookie Josh Freeman comes up to number 2. A bagel on the road for the Giants, 24-0. All right, no way the Saints are not going to score, but they're in Buffalo. They're going to have to find different ways to win. It was a windy, miserable day for Drew Brees and company. A lot of rain. Remember, they also didn't have Mike Bell, who had been running the ball well. So this time, little fakery to Reggie Bush. Goes around the right tackle, turns it back up for a 15-yard gain down to the Bills' 35. Third quarter, Saints up 10-7. They're pinned deep. Pierre Thomas, who had missed some time, and Merrill, he can run.
He's a factor back, and I'll tell you what they've got now. They got a compliment to their most important weapon, which is Drew Brees.
Well, that really was a momentum changer because it got him out from pin deep. Fourth quarter, it's still 10-7, and Thomas breaks through the left side, 34 yards on the touchdown. Heath Evans with a great block.
Yeah, and the offensive line moving the line of scrimmage, getting your fullback clean alley. He needs 1-2, starts high, chops him down.
Dig him out of there.
Gives Pierre Thomas a nice running lane.
And that's not it. At this point, they're just trying to run out the clock, but there is a huge alley, Merrill, for Pierre Thomas. Another touchdown. He had well over 120 rushing yards. That made him up 27-7. Drew Brees did not throw a touchdown pass. Here's something else that did not happen. Terrell Owens did not catch a pass. That one goes off his hands. He can't hang on.
He had a chance, though.
He did have a chance. Could not pull it in.
Bring it in.
Third quarter now. There's a reason we're doing this. Bills down 10-7. Trent Edwards has some time, looking deep for T.O.
You know, Trey, as you see the end zone here, at some point, you got to wonder, are you running a 100-yard dash or are you running a route? When do you want to locate the football? At some point.
T.O. did not get a catch. Trent Edwards not happy there. Fourth quarter, one more time, going deep for T.O. and just can't quite catch it. That was overthrown. Owens held without a catch, ending a 185-game winning streak. Saints win it 20-17. All right, Bears Seahawks, we've broken this down because Jim Mora was upset with Orlando Mare. There's a missed field goal. Now, he did make 4, but he missed a couple. 1 from 43, 1 from 34. They ended up losing by 6, and let's just say after this, Jim Mora was not pleased with the effort by his kicker, missing 2 out of 6.
No excuses for those. If you're a kicker in the National Football League, you should make those kicks. Bottom line. End of story, period. No excuses, no win, doesn't matter. Got to make those kicks. Especially in a game like this, where you're kicking and scratching and fighting and playing your tail off and you miss those kicks. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. Absolutely not acceptable. We'll look at changes everywhere. We're not going to fight our ass off and have a field goal kicker go out there and miss 2 field goals and lose the game. Not going to happen.
You know, you could make the argument if you had to settle for 6 field goal attempts, the offense wasn't doing a great job in trying to score points. Perhaps they were all distracted by those uniforms, because I'm not sure what that was all about. Okay, here we go. Jay Cutler to Matt Forte trying to stretch it out. Fumbles on the 1-yard line. Now, Lovie Smith would challenge the call, and they would overturn it. Do you agree?
I do not, and this really changed this football game. The Seattle Seahawks dominating to this point, gets the Bears back in the game.
All right, so 2 plays later, 4th and goal. Give Cutler all the credit in the world. They're bearing down on him, and somehow he gets that throw out to Greg Olsen. So what was a 13-0 deficit down 13-7. Over 4 minutes to play, Bears down 19-17. Cutler to Earl Bennett for a gain of 7 yards on the play. Cutler trying to lead his team back for the 2nd straight week. And 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Merrill, Devin Hester has jets.
And not only does he have jets, the thing that will allow him to be a good wide receiver, he's got great hands.
2-point conversion. The Bears come back to win it 25-19. When we continue on primetime, go Mojo! Maurice Jones-Drew doing everything he could to help the Jags get in the win column. Maurice did a little bit of everything. The Raiders and Jamarcus Russell continue to struggle in the passing game. We'll have it for you on NFL Primetime.
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon.
And I'm Tony Kornheiser. We are the crass American hosts of PTI, and we demand that you watch us on ESPN America.
Every day we bicker about the major American sports issues of the day.
Are we getting any extra pay for this?
No.
So why exactly are we doing it?
To bring the world a little closer together.
I prefer cash, thank you.
Catch PTI on ESPN America.
I'm not saying another word until we get paid.
PTI.
As race time draws near, the people of Pamplona make the final preparations for the annual running of the bulls. Tensions run high, but at the same time, an entire city loves the moment as one of the biggest spectacles in the world comes to life. The running of the bulls is one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Serious injury is common and death is an accepted consequence. From the outside, it is looked upon as complete lunacy, but in Spain, revered as an act of bravery. Ernest Hemingway referred to this sport as contempt for death, as thousands upon thousands of people run for their lives while these incredible beasts wind their way to the arena, where they'll fight later on in the evening. Stay tuned for more amazing games here on ESPN.
Everything they fought for.
Base hit.
Sacrificed.
That will do it.
And overcame. Took them one step closer.
Base hit left field.
To the ultimate prize. The 2009 MLB Division Series. Coming soon to ESPN America.
No $1 million contracts.
Big catch! Touchdown, Notre Dame!
No trade deadlines.
Williams with a ton of time in firing. Caught! Touchdown!
No holding out.
And in trouble, and down he goes.
This is American football, played from the heart.
Touchdown!
College football is back and at home on ESPN America. Step onto the gridiron and see the dedication, feel the excitement, and witness the tradition with another season of heart-pounding action. Follow your favorite teams as they battle their way across the nation to take claim of that #1 ranking. Show your spirit all season long. College football is back and at home on ESPN America.
Major League Baseball Wednesday night on ESPN, the last race of the season, the battle for the AL Central. The Twins visit the Tigers with a division title at stake. Wednesday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN. All right, AFC West, Broncos, Raiders. Josh McDaniel, after all that stuff in the offseason, trying to get his team off to a 3-0 start. Jamarcus Russell trying to do something out of the end zone, throws it deep, and it's caught by Ronaldo Hill, who plays for the Denver Broncos. Broncos set up with great field position. So now it's 7-0. Russell looking deep, and it's caught by Andre Goodman. Russell, 12 of 21, 61 yards, 2 interceptions. What happened on
You
this play?
have to be able to change ball speed and trajectory to play quarterback in the National Football League. Jamarcus Russell has not learned how to do that yet.
That sets up a Broncos field goal. There's still a chance to get back in this game. McFadden, Darren sweeping right. Ball comes out. Now, Brian Dawkins picks it up, but look at the presence of mind by Brian Dawkins.
That's a savvy, wildly vet. Now, he's out of bounds. He's got to reposition himself before he touches the ball. Does it beautifully.
That is a smart football. Perhaps the smartest football play we saw the entire weekend. Then the running game got it going. Look at Russ Hochstein, the former Patriot, with a big block, giving Correll Buckhalter, the former Eagle, 23 yards. Buckhalter finished with 108 yards on the ground, and then no Sean Moreno with a little flip, pitches to the left, and it gets in there. Ball crossed, it's a touchdown, 90 rushing yards for Moreno. Broncos win it 23-3. Denver is 3-0. All right, AFC South showdown. Jags, Texans. Well, Jags is trying to get a win. Texans trying to avoid losing first 2 games at home. And Mojo, Maurice Jones-Drew, doing everything he can. You go, Mojo. 61 yards, untouched around the right end. And just like that, it's 17-14 Jags. Merrill, how did that happen?
Well, this is a great design. First of all, you get the reverse. So that pulls one defender out. Then the cutback, you pull the safety down in, and then it's nothing but, what, a bowl of butcher knives?
A rolling ball of butcher knives.
There we go.
Like that.
Down
right
the
there.
road you go.
He will not be stopped. Jack Del Rio's pumped another touchdown, 24-21. Now, fourth quarter, Jaguars have the ball at the 8. Jones gets the handoff again. It's a touchdown. You got to love a strong runner like that as a quarterback.
Absolutely. But what happened to this Texans defense that was supposed to be so talented and so good this year?
Excellent question. Mojo with 119 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jags win at 31-24. Browns, worst offense versus the Ravens defense. Well, it went as you might expect with that matchup for Eric Mangini and company. They have only one offensive touchdown.
Don't know who the quarterback is.
Well, they didn't all summer.
That should help you.
In 8 games entering Sunday, and Dominique Foxworth is right there with the pick on Brady Quinn, and he flips it to Ray Lewis. Quinn 6 of 8 for 34 yards in the first half, and he began the second half on the bench. Derek Anderson coming in, trying to get something going. So Anderson, has time on this throw and throws it deep, and it's caught by DeJuan Landry, who would return it 29 yards. Now, Trent, as you look at the replay, as Landry runs around, what concerns you?
Well, what concerns me is the number one. 2 and 3 beats of the throw. Number one, you got to know where this defender is, Derek. Can't make this throw. More concerning, though, is a lack of creativity by the Browns offense, throwing both their quarterbacks under the bus.
Anderson would throw 3 interceptions, and Joe Flacco continues to grow. Look at this catch and run by Derek Mason, who is suddenly very happy he did not retire. 72 yards for the score. Ravens win 34-3, 3-0 for the second time in franchise history. They could be the best team in football right now. When we continue on NFL Primetime, we hand out the hardware. Is it Favre? Is it Lewis? Is it somebody else?
Sunday Night Football on ESPN America.
Cruz is in for the touchdown.
Week 4, and it's a live triple header. The Ravens take on the Patriots.
And is caught for the touchdown.
The Cowboys ride into Denver to face the Broncos.
Held on. Touchdown.
Then the Steelers host the Chargers. A live NFL triple header, Sunday night on ESPN America.
Better hurry up, man. You're not playing Dayton today. Ho, 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 ho! Santa Claus is here. Huddle up. Time is of the essence. Solo right snug. Oh, I like that. Good. You guys are a good player. Both of you guys are old, though, and very high maintenance. Play your game now. Yeah. Have a little fun. Work through the kinks.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Hey, Jeff, that's downright nasty, brother. Hey, I've been coaching 25 years. I've never seen that. You're 6'5", 3. After I get done with you, you're going to be 5'9". How the hell do you call that? Well, call it on Tom Brady, will you? Call it on those guys. Come on, hey, one stop. One stop.
3rd down, 18. Dropping Gannon, looking Gannon, looking Gannon. There it is. The dagger's in. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah! Super Bowl, baby! Boom, boom, boom!
One of the fastest players in the NFL, Reggie Bush needs only one broken tackle to break off a big run. His explosive flair isn't limited to the ground. Bush has more career yards receiving than rushing. And with 3 punt return touchdowns in 2008, he may be the most versatile weapon in the NFL today.
Here it is, Week 3 primetime performers. Merrill, who has your attention?
Going to the dark side, Kevin Cobb, over 300 yards passing in his first 2 starts. First quarterback ever to do that. Who needs the Wildcat?
Going to the dark side. That'll work for you in Philly. Trent?
Marvin Lewis, what he has done in Cincinnati is remarkable. Started the end of last year, got these guys to change the mentality. It's carrying over to this year. They're a force to be reckoned with.
Those are both fine answers, but they're wrong. The Detroit Lions, the entire team, the entire organization, the entire city of Detroit, and the entire state of Michigan are the primetime performers. Streak over, jinx over. They try for a winning streak in Week 4. All right. Conclusion of Week 3 tonight, Monday Night Football, Cowboys-Panthers. Merrill, how do you see it?
Tony Romo is the most inconsistent quarterback in the National Football League, and he's put the onus on himself. We're going to change that. So tonight, you're going to get to see, is all that work paid off this week? Will you see some consistent play from him that will hopefully translate throughout the rest of the year?
I agree. Tonight's a benchmark game for Tony Romo. He needs to prove that he can be a manager of the game as well as an explosive quarterback.
Again, the game comes your way 8:30 Eastern right here on ESPN. Monday Night Countdown comes your way at 7. We'll see you later.
ESPN America, your home for live NFL.